My name is Alex Hutchinson. I'm creative director on Assassin's Creed 3. Connor, is a brand new assassin, so he brings brand new gear to the table. We looked into the bow and arrow. For a while, we thought historically it wouldn't work because most of the tribes had switched to guns. But we also realized that the Mohawks were still using a bow and arrow on horseback for hunting because it was more accurate. So we thought it was cool. We put that in. He used a tomahawk and knife. All of the new combat moves are dual-handed, so he's basically dual-wielding for the entirety of the combat system. Guns are obviously a huge factor in the period in the American Revolution. Luckily for us, they're horribly inaccurate. So if you're not fighting large numbers of other people, still close combat weapons are the weapons of choice. So it's not just part of the Assassin's mythos and also the core gameplay that we want to build, but it's still primarily a close combat game. But you will still have access to sort of one-shot pistols, or you can pick a musket up and fire it, but it's not core to the gameplay experience. So we have a whole new climbing system in Assassin's Creed 3, which basically deals with uneven surfaces and irregular terrain. So we have all the cities that you've played with in previous AC. So we have Boston and New York, which are fresh takes on that familiar gameplay. But we also have the frontier. So this for us is a big natural playground of like cliffs and forests that you can climb in. So the frontier is obviously a brand new setting for us. It's a sort of shrunk down version of the American Northeast. So it includes a lot of little villages like Lexington and Concord, and big untouched forests and mountain ranges. So for us, this is a huge investment, both in terms of new gameplay, but also in terms of scale. So it's 1.5 times the size of Rome in Brotherhood alone. We've got big plans for Desmond in AC3, so he's definitely getting more playable time than ever before. And we have a couple of key things we want to resolve in this storyline as well. Well, we know that in the present day storyline in the AC universe, in Desmond's time, the Templars are not only still present, they're the dominant force. So essentially, if you trace it, the historical story is telling this very slow lead up to Desmond's scenario. So we know that they eventually win, therefore we know that they're always a threat all the way up to Desmond's period. But we wanted to put a new spin on it. So for us, this continent, the Americas, are a new area for this sort of ongoing conflict between Assassins and Templars. So it's the same old fight in a brand new location. Ever since Brotherhood, multiplayer has been an integral part of the franchise for us. So it will be returning bigger and better than ever in AC3, and we'll do a very dedicated set of announcements when we get around to it.